left with Tom.
Yeah, Dusty, from 10 days ago, the loss of Wisconsin, you pick up 2 West Coast road games and then this win tonight. What's the area you're most excited about in terms of improvement? Is physicality, increasing physicality part of that? What sticks out in your mind that you're most happy about?
I think probably that we are continuing to see new things defensively, and for the most part, we've been able to figure out solutions to team issues. Now, they did a nice job of isolating us tonight, and they got some baskets one-on-one, so we'll have to fix that. And then offensively, that we're not – these teams are sending everyone back, and I think it's a smart game plan. I mean, obviously, Indiana's very well coached.
So Indiana wasn't even crashing boards. They were just –
which takes – it's a give and take. Obviously, they're sending everyone back because they don't want us in transition.
Right.
And so we've been so lethal and effective in transition. So now, because they're taking that away, we're having to figure out ways to be effective and efficient in other ways other than that was what we're trying to get at. And so credit them. I mean, I think it's a smart game plan. We're going to see everything under the sun. But for us to figure out ways and to get these reps, getting organized and finding – what we need to find is I think we've done it really well at times. Not where we need to be, but we're not where we need to be yet either.
Steve?
You guys held Wilkerson well under his average, and DeVries really didn't get it going until the game was already over pretty much. Talk about the job you played those 2 guys and the emphasis on that.
Yeah, they had great scout awareness. They knew where they were, and even when because Indiana runs good stuff. I mean, And veteran shooters know how to confuse and trick switches. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you can put in all this stuff, but veteran guys that make shots their entire careers, they know how to find those creases. And so we had to have a high level of awareness and alertness to where he is at all times. And I think he did a nice job, too, of becoming a playmaker. He got in the paint several times. He took what the game was giving him after the first 5 or 8 minutes, and he got in the paint. I thought he was using ball fakes and shot fakes and getting his guys shots. And so, those are, we're always trying to test our discipline and our scheme and plan versus what we're going to see. But yeah, our guys did a great job on him. He's a heck of a player. I mean, he's a dynamic scorer, but he's also smart and poised. And so he you go into a game fearful of what he can do, and then obviously you guys saw how capable DeVries was when he gets going, when he sees 1 or 2 go in, and so luckily we were able to do a good job on him in the first half, get him in some foul trouble and whatnot.
Hey, Coach. Namari started every game for you guys so far this season, but he's still seen a decrease in minutes from last year. What has changed in what you kind of have asked of him this season compared to last season, and how has he responded to that?
We haven't asked him to do anything other than just continue to improve and play efficient basketball. He's responded well. I mean, his maturity, his professionalism is an A+. And so, we don't really want our guys counting minutes in their shot attempts. And usually when that's happening, I think Namari and Will, Roddy, and LJ all welcome what's gone into sacrificing a couple minutes here and there. What's he down 2 or 3 minutes? So I think if you told Namari Burnett you can either be 17-1 or 12-7. I mean, what's the opposition's record or Oregon's record at 9-10? I think he would choose I know he would. And so if we're going to do what we want to do and what we're capable of doing, then that's not going to be the only sacrifice that these individuals have to make. So I don't know. I just know his character, and because I know his character, I know he doesn't care about sacrificing a couple minutes to have a chance to win at a high level.
Elliott had 2 more made threes tonight. It's really been a shift in his game compared to last year. His percentage is up significantly, even though his usage is about double in terms of the amount of shots he's taken per game. How much has that improvement from him helped your guys' offense and I guess, individual improvement leading to team success there?
Excuse me. Yeah, he's taken what the game's given him. We have a lot of faith and confidence in his three-point shot. I thought the one he shot late, I would have liked to ran a little more clock, but I thought it looked good. It looked like it was going in. He's shooting the ball well. He spends a lot of time in the gym with the staff working on his game. being consistent with it. And so we trust it. And each night, if they go over his pick and roll, obviously he's such a good passer to a die and Morez on the rolls or to the shooters on the fan out. So Indiana was going under or late switching. And so those were the shots that we needed him, especially early in the game. We weren't making our free throws. We weren't scoring well, so we needed him. And he's just so slippery finding those cracks. I mean, he gets his if he likes his matchup, he's able to get to the rim consistently, as we saw at the end of the half and a couple of possessions in the first half. So the 3-point shot just continues to add another weapon and something that the other teams have to deal with.
Yeah, Dusty, I think Indiana's 1 of 15 to start. You guys get out to a 22-5 lead. What's enabled you guys to consistently get, like, even when maybe there's, like, you get up big and then maybe they get a run, like in some of these recent games, but consistently you guys are getting up early. What do you think is going into that?
I mean, I think we have a really good basketball team. I think we're very talented, we're experienced, and I think our guys know what it takes to win. So when you have a group of talented guys that are buying into a plan, and we say it all the time that everything works somewhere, nothing works everywhere. As long as they're bought into whatever the plan is, as long as a group that's talented is bought into the same plan, and they continue to play for each other and share the success and share what happens on each night, then we're going to be able to do this on certain nights. And other nights, it's going to be a little bit uglier, depending on our opponent and what they do well. But we just have to be ready for what's next and just be ready to play the next play.
And some nights lately have felt more like just kind of finding a way and getting the win and moving on. This maybe seemed like a step forward. Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you're at home. You typically play better at home than you do across the country. And so, I mean, yeah, I mean, we obviously, we'd love to be sitting over there up 35 and 40 like we were earlier in the year, but the enemy has a vote. Our opponent has a say in that, and we're playing good teams in the Big Ten. And so as teams continue to figure us out and we figure them out, you've got to reinvent yourself. You've got to pivot in some areas, and then you got to be able to go back to where you were at some other times during the season. So, we're not trying to peak right now. We're trying to play really, really good basketball while continuing to work through some struggles and things that go with playing in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, I guess comparatively to the games down the stretch, Morez wasn't as productive as he's been on offense tonight, but defensively he certainly showed up. What's the value of a guy who can give you either on any given night, depending on what you need?
Well, Rez's rebounding is the one thing that we can pretty much write it down each night. He's gonna be a workhorse on the glass. His free throws have come so far from where he was earlier in his career. I thought tonight they were packing the paint so much, and they were daring us almost to hit in paint touch in out threes. And so he didn't get the volume of attempts. But for us to turn it over 13 times in a game like this is still a byproduct of us not always making the simple plays. And we can't get bored with the simple. The simple has to be what carries us. The simplicity and execution, what ultimately is going to allow us to max out as a group.
Yaxel and Adai and Morez combined for 10 assists. Talk about how unusual it is to have a front court that can pass like that, and also how unusual it is that they've never played together until this year.
Yeah, we don't take that for granted, and we spend a lot of time talking about how much the guys in our locker room should appreciate each other. I think it's like everything else. It's marriage or families or whatever. You sometimes don't always appreciate what you have because you see it every day and you can take it for granted. And so we constantly remind those guys not to take each other for granted, that their size and skill and basketball IQ contributes so much to the other's success. And so, I guess to answer your question, it's great. We to have tall guys that can see over the top of everything, and also have the basketball IQ and the experience to make the right plays. It's certainly valuable.